Right, so we're going to go out to see a farm called Kweekvlei. It's out on the northern side of Wellington. It's about 10 minutes out of town. So Wellington is the service town for this property. And as you see, we're going through quite an area of intensive farming out here. Bit of vineyard, bit of fruit, mixed farming actually. Okay, so let's go out to the farm. We just left the tar road. The farm is about 2 kilometers down this dirt road. The road's not too bad. Sometimes in the worst of winter we'll have it a little bit slippery and wet, but for most of the time it's well maintained. About 2 kilometers down this road you'll find the farm. We are coming up to the farm. It's right in front of us. If you have a little look over here to the left hand side, and we'll stop just ahead, get out the car and look at the layout of the farm. But here we are, Kweekvlei farm. Let's get out here and have a look at it. Here's Kweekvlei lying in front of us. The road down here is the one border of the farm, although the farm goes over this road down where those gum trees are in the distance. And if you look up here to the right, this dirt road is another border. Over across the way there we can see the neighbor where those big windbreaks are. That's the neighboring farm. I don't know if you can see from here, but in front of us there's a center pivot, and with a house and the opstal up on the hill there under those old ficus trees. The driveway is up here on the right hand side, so we'll drive up to the farm and see what it's to offer. We've driven up onto the farm. Kweekvlei's got 2 center pivots on it. They had teff here last year. They've just burnt this teff about a week ago, and they're getting it ready to plant to oats. So here we have the one pivot, and over on the right hand side you'll see down in the distance is another pivot. They've still got to get that ready to burn. And up on the hillside there is the opstal of the house. To give you an idea about what surrounds the farm, if you look up here to the right you'll see Groenberg. So the farm's sort of on the foothills of the Groenberg mountains, and bordering up on the right hand side we've got the Limitberge, and you go all the way down to the distance. Those mountains in the far distance there are the Tilbach mountains. These mountains do get a bit of snow in winter, so it's really pretty. So we'll just take a drive up to the house, stop behind the house and look at the farm outbuildings. Looks like we've got 2 little lost lambs here. Luckily Mom's still with them though. Yeah, they're lambing season. This is the farmhouse, 4 bedrooms, couple of living areas, very dilapidated as you can see. Down on the right hand side of the house is the farm dam. It's completely empty at the moment, but full. It's covers about 4.5 to 5 hectares. Really nice water body, and apparently holds about 250,000 cubes of water, and that fills up naturally from the water source, winter water source, which is up in the Groenberg. So if you look around to the right hand side you'll see the Groenberg mountain up there. That's where we came in down on the far side. That's the front gate. That Groenberg mountain, the runoff from the 3rd spur, so where that truck is now, it's 1, 2, 3, all that water runs down into a natural catchment area and down in a ditch, which then goes straight into the dam. So that's winter runoff water. This field behind the house, this was all under irrigation in years past. There used to be quite a substantial dairy on this farm, and these fields here were all irrigated cuckoo pastures. So I assume all the main lines are still in place, and one could irrigate this if you wanted to. If you look around to your right hand side here behind the house, we have farm outbuildings, a couple of nice big sheds. One is completely closed and the other one is just an open lean-to. Both of these sheds do not have concrete floors, they're just earthen floors. Here off to the left, you see the back of the house. It's a little cottage here, and then just normal sort of utility farm buildings, most of which are pretty dilapidated and not used for what they were originally built for. This is teff which is harvested off those two big center pivots. I think a lot of it has already been sold. This goes off to the horse industry. Fantastic smell, yeah. Wow, good food for horses, this is. And if you look behind this teff, there's a lot of oats which should also come off the bottom section of the farm. There you go. Those round bales are all the oat from last year's harvest. They're actually getting ready at the moment to plant this year's oats. Not sure if these guys have started yet, but the neighbors have. Everyone's busy sowing right now. We're up here behind the house. If you look across there, you'll see that's the other center pivot. This the remnants of last year's teff or this year's teff crop there. So they've got the sheep grazing there and some cattle. And if you look here down to the right, you get a better idea about the size of the dam, although once again difficult to see because it's so empty. And then come around to the further to the right. This is a 1,400 square meter sort of roofed area for the livestock. The dairy cows used to be fed and housed here, and this was the original dairy. There's no more of the milking equipment or anything here, it's just the building. But I think we should go down and have a closer look at the dam so you get an idea about the size of it. And if we have a look down behind the dam, behind those eucalyptus trees, that's 80 hectares of the farm lies down there. So we'll also take a drive down there and just look at that area there. That area that they use there mainly basically just for sowing the oat crops. Okay, so this area up behind the house and the old dairy was also irrigated. This used to all be cuckoo pastures, and there's still a main line in place here, and it runs all the way down to the staff cottages down in the distance there. And if you look off to the right here, those old olive trees, the wild olives, that's the back border of this section of the farm. We're down here on the 80 hectare portion below the road. This is very flat, big, nice piece of ground for sowing. As you can see, they're busy putting in the oat crop here. It'll be the 2020 oat crop. If you look across the borders of the property, it's sort of halfway down to those eucalyptus trees in the distance and across to those pine trees on the right hand side, and all the way up next to those eucalyptus trees right across to that last big tree. And then the rest of the farm basically goes over the road. From this angle, if you zoom into Groenberg, you can get a better idea about the catchment area that feeds the dam on Kweekvlei. So you see the three spurs, all the water that comes off that lot runs down in the natural ditch into the dam.
Yeah.
So we're down here at the main dam. As you can see, is a tiny bit of water right in the bottom, but here in front of us is the overflow of the dam. So visualize this dam full and the water flowing out here, and then you have a very good idea about the size of the water body which is here in the full dam. So in the middle of the dam we actually have an island when it's full, and the dam pushes back right up to, sort of goes up a little bit up to the front of the house. That's the dam when it's full. 4.5 to 5 hectares, about 250,000 cubes. So where I'm going to go now, I'd be underwater when the dam's full. So from here, the water depth would probably be waist. So I'm looking across at the overflow. So this would all be water. So great when it's full, but a bit sad when it's empty. But we are at the end of a long, hot, dry summer. So this is it. This is the season, and that's pretty much the way the dam would look at the end of the summer season. We've just had a look at Kweekvlei. We're now leaving the farm.